A very warm welcome to all our participants out here today. Okay, so I see Baldev, Bhavik, Deep, Albert, Karan, Manish, Namrata, Pooja,
A very warm welcome
Rakesh,
to all.
Vishal, Yash. A very warm welcome to all of you all. Thank you so much for joining in today. Well, we are all set to begin with our today's webinar. Once again, I welcome all our participants to this exciting series where HR Association of India, along with Great Manager Institute, brings before you the 2022 Dialogue Masterclass series on the topic Leading People in the Current Times. Great Manager Institute conduct a Great Manager survey in India and have come up with the list of top 100 managers. And the recognition is powered by Forbes India and Great Manager Institute, where we are fortunate to have 5 managers from the esteemed list who would be sharing their success stories, mantras, hits and misses, and achievements who are leading their teams in current times. To know more about HR Association of India and Great Manager Institute, I would request all our participants to visit the link posted in the chat window. Request all our participants to kindly follow the webinar guidelines mentioned in the chat window. It's my privilege to introduce Ms. Sonia Prithihani Rai Singhani, Associate Vice President, Lodha Group. I would also like to congratulate her over this achievement of hers. Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you.
From selling Mumbai's most expensive real estate property to the most challenging life cycle projects, her teams have done it all. Sonia's focus on building a sales team culture that is high on empathy, has attention to details, and celebrates individual success, is instrumental in creating the most dynamic sales team. A role in upskilling team members from diverse backgrounds and skills set have played a major role in extraordinary performance of her teams. You can follow her on LinkedIn. The link for the same have been shared in the chat window. Once again, I congratulate Sonia and we are extremely excited to have you here. So I now hand over the platform to you. Over to you, Sonia.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, Peter. We're going to speak about leadership today. Leadership is a skill. Leadership is a skill to be developed. Have you developed this skill yet? It is a style. What is your leadership style? Direct, delegate, coaching, support. What is your style? So much to learn, so much to do. It is so very complicated. Is it? No, I was joking. It's not at all complicated. It is your personality. It's your learning curve. Hi, I'm Sonia Prithyani. I head masterpieces for Lodha Luxury. I've been associated with Lodha for good 3 gratuities now. Thank you, Lodha Group, for giving me this platform. Thank you, GMI, for giving me this honor and platform to get associated with HR Association and be present here today. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Faisal. Thank you to each one of you for joining in here. The leadership thing is very, very simple. It's not at all complicated. It's your own style. It's your own culture code that you build for your team. So here is a little presentation that you can see. If you can see the screen that I've shared. Is it visible, Peter?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So masterclass rules: fasten your seatbelts, get comfortable. For water and washroom, don't ask me for permission, please, and clap towards the end only. Can we start?
Absolutely.
Okay. Meaning of leadership. So leadership, the curve that I have gone through, I believe the foundation needs to be extremely strong. So if there is a strong foundation, then you can sail through any storm It could be a pandemic that we recently experienced or any other storm. Then we stand together and sail through if your culture codes and if your foundation is very, very strong. Leadership to me is a leader is the one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. I believe in leading by example. I'm not the boss who will say, go do it. I'm the one who will say, come, let's do it. Leaders become great because of their power, not great because of their power, but because of their ability to empower. So use the power to empower. Giving you a small example, I have a secret recipe of yummy coffee blend that I make. So if there are a group of friends that who come over, I may make this magical coffee and everybody appreciates it. And I do not disclose the secret to anybody. But if there are 100 set of guests coming over, then I identify few people whom I can hand over this secret blend to. They make that for me, and I empower them to make the most yummiest coffee with my secret blend. But I prioritize to host the set of friends that time, and not get in the kitchen and make this coffee. So if you want to scale big in business, if you want to scale big in your success stories, you have to learn to empower. If your people grow, if your people get empowered, you also eventually grow and your business grows to the next scale. My journey of this roller coaster ride began with my first step at Bellissimo. For those who don't know, Bellissimo is the first by invitation project that Lodha came up with at Mahalakshmi, Mumbai. This is the first by invitation project for the CXOs only. So only the top corporates, the CEO, CMO, CSOs could purchase this and nobody else. So I had done finance, I had done masters in finance. So I was told that because this is so exciting, you should consider sales and marketing. The project was so beautiful. I was told I would be the face for this project, and I fell for it. I joined the group, I joined this project. Then came my boss the first day, and he told me, you have to start your journey with cold calling. So cold calling on the base which was never given to me. So look for leads in the newspaper and totally cold calling. And I have to fix up 3 appointments and 4 appointments for myself, 3 for my colleagues, and the 4th one would go to me. So basically, I have to hunt for the client for whom I am the face for Bellissimo. So that was challenges on challenges given to me on day 1 and this initial life cycle of my journey. And because it was so tough then the rest of the journey was smooth and happy sailing there. Then Lodha Group was a 50 crore company. Today, it's a 5,000 plus crore company. So with that, there has been immense growth, enlightenment, action, aggression, innovation. There's been a lot of speed in everything that we did. We hired people from leaders from insurance, banking, FMCG. They brought in a lot to the table. I learned so many skills from them as a leader. But yes, I filtered them. I listed them down, that the skills that I wanted to adopt for myself and the ones which I will never be a leader of that style. So please filter it for yourself. The journey of success since then, the journey of starting with feet on street, doing cold calling, to an individual performer, to leading multiple verticals, leading multiple sites, and recently being awarded as the top great managers of India, being published in Forbes. So thanks to the journey, thanks to all the people involved. So I take a step behind. So before you get into leadership as a concept, leadership in current times, there is something which is more important, something which is important to each one of us, which I recently discovered. And hence I want to share this with you: personal brand building. So how to build a brand for yourself and for whom are you building that brand is very, very important. So our HR motivated us, few individuals, that you must build a brand for yourself because it's simple. If you are going to a doctor, or you would not get cured by an engineer. You cannot trust an engineer. It has to be a trusted doctor if you're going for a certain cure. Similarly, nowadays, it's so easy that before meeting anybody personally, you quickly Google them and see who are they, and also build that first impression before even meeting them. Hence, I say personal brand building is very, very important. How to do it is very simple. I was a shy person. I am a shy person. So I told my cousins to note down what they feel of me. Um, I verified that. I added few things. And that's how the story came up that what is Sonia Prithyani? After it actually came up, I felt very, very good. So you do it for yourself. So you're doing it first for yourself because you need to know the points. What are you actually and what improvements you need to do in yourself? Second, if your team members or the people around you, what should they think of what Sonia is? That comes out over here. And interestingly, when I wrote down my karate black belt thing, my 9-year-old daughter, for the first time, she realized that her mama was a karate champ. So that itself was very, very exciting and interesting. So please build a brand for yourself today before you move out of the rooms that you are in. Build a value system. So value system, culture codes are very, very important. Thankfully, we have grown in the Indian culture. Indian culture gives us these values, ethos, which come from our family in which we grow. The organizations give us certain culture codes and the value systems that they believe in. Pick up those value systems and promote them to your team. It makes a lot of difference. My value systems are connect and collaborate. These are the most effective ones that helped us during pandemic also, and through any challenging times. This I have found the most effective ones. So you try it out for yourself. The most important things in life are the connections you make with others. So anywhere you connect with people in your neighborhood, with your family, friends, with your team members, with other departments or your vendors, clients, whomever you deal with, make a connect, make a genuine connect. I think the best way to connect with people is by being real and spend a quality time with them. So be genuine to them, be real to them, but build a connect with them. The entire journey beyond to achieve the goals becomes extremely easy. Collaboration. This is a magical word. We saw it during the pandemic and we've seen it always. So it's just a bunch of people working together, but if it's a team, then they collaborate well. Together, everyone achieves more. So it's very, very clear that a team achieves goals faster than just few individuals running in different directions. Teamwork divides the task and multiplies the success. If you want to go far, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. To collaborate, there are basic 3 T's that each one of us must follow. And then only the collaboration comes out honest and comes out well. So one is, the first rule for myself is I will always be transparent in dealing with whomever I'm dealing. Second is I will trust the second party opposite to me. So I will keep trust whatever they are doing. And together we will work is what a great collaboration comes to. Team mantra. So I have seen that if we give just simple roles to people that, okay, this is your role, you do this and goodbye. If we tell them the entire story and then set the goals, that this is the entire story, now this is your individual role, and then do it, it just comes out better. So as a team, whatever you're trying to achieve, as a leader, you must set the goal, you must define the role, and you must ensure each and every team member understands the goal extremely well. Then see the speed with which you achieve the goal. So the team mantra that I follow for myself and I ensure that the team gets inspired to follow are these few E's. Actions speak louder than words. So how much ever I may do in the morning meetings, they will follow my action and less of my words. That applies to the kids at home, that applies to the team members as well. So I follow these team mantras, which is evolve, engage, empathize, and own the outcome. Evolve. Evolve is something that human beings have kept evolving. Technologies have kept evolving. So it's simple, evolve or dissolve. It's your decision. There is no getting away with this. That's how I've explained to my team as well, that the more faster we adapt to the changing situations, the changing markets, the more agile we are, the more flexible we keep evolving faster, and we get more and more success. Engage. For engage, I can have slides and slides together, because you cannot have a growth story without an engaged team. So engage for their personal celebrations, engage for no reason, just for fun. Engage post meetings for a lighter note. Engage with the clients, your channel partners, your vendors, whomever you're dealing with. The interdepartmental engagement should be very healthy and close. Engage for business, engage for festivals, may it be Christmas or Diwali. So engage well, that keeps you well bonded, that keeps you close, and each journey that we live. So 80% of our lifetime goes in office or workspace, and 20% with our families. So engage well wherever you are with full enthusiasm, and be completely involved in whatever you do. Empathize. Empathy is the medicine the world needs today. So empathy has worked amazing during pandemic times also. So there were a lot of resignations that came in. There were a lot of people who had to leave the job, who were told to leave the job. But empathy is the medicine that each one of us should hold towards anybody else. Empathy is seeing with eyes of another, listening with ears of another, and feeling with the heart of another. It takes a lot to empathize. An empathetic person is a good listener, patient, understanding, and kind. In short, empathy is giving someone a psychological hug, the jadoo ki jhappi that each one of us needs. Own the outcome. So after setting a goal as a leader, you know you have to achieve it. But that's the first step, that anything, wherever you reach towards your goal, you have to own the outcome. That's the first rule you must keep. Change your outlook if you want to change the outcome. The goals are always new that you set, and you have to keep struggling, keep doing something new, push harder than yesterday if you want a different tomorrow. So keep working hard towards the goals, but more importantly, take complete ownership of the outcomes by holding no one responsible but yourself. So the fun part is that even if you're not reaching the goal, you're falling somewhere here. If you take the ownership, you know that you have to get up and pick up your people from there and start again. So definitely you will not fall here, you will fall on one level higher. And in such a journey, you'll definitely reach the goal. So own your own outcome. I don't chase dreams. I hunt for goals. And I hunt for goals with my team. And I can proudly say we achieve any goals that are there faster when our teams are together with us. Quality performance starts with positive attitude of self and the people around us. Thank you. Over to you, Faisal.
Thank you so much, Sonia. It's definitely, it was a great session. Before we take our participants' question, we'll be initiating the poll. Request all our participants to kindly share your feedback. While you are doing so, would request all our participants to kindly post your questions in the chat window. Once again, I thank all our participants for joining our session today. We have received a lot of inquiry about the participation e-certificate offered by HRAI and GMI. You can claim your e-certificate by sharing your details. When we say details, that is your name and the session attended in the email to the email ID provided in the chat window. Please ensure you do this by end of the day today. We will email these certificates to you based on details received. So, Ms. Sonia, we have few questions that we have received at the time of registrations. Do you want me to have them put
Yes,
across so that we can take that?
Yeah.
Perfect. So we have our first question, that is, when we talk about current time and coming future, how our workplaces, that is job and skills, are shaping up? How can we remain relevant in the future?
So evolve was the key there. So you have to keep upskilling, you have to keep upgrading in anything that you do. So it's similar to technology, it's similar to anything that we do. We have to keep upgrading ourselves. So as an individual, if we are not upgraded, then we will lag behind. So as a leader, in fact, people will not be able to rise you up, then you're a forced leader because of your designation. So you have to keep upskilling to be able to inspire people. And anyway, any business, any work, unless you do that, you will be irrelevant. So you have to keep doing those right things to keep evolving in the space that you are.
Beautifully answered. This brings us to our next question. We have it live from Mr. Baldev. He would he would love to know your journey of the historic deal that you cracked.
So it's very interesting. In 2017, we were selling this prestigious project, Lodha Altamount. The project is amazing, which is set on the Billionaires Row, but it's in half an acre. So the project is amazing, but our team had to shift in the conference room there, which was a very dingy place because it was an under construction site. There was barely any place to sit. But the foundation that was laid so strongly of collaboration and connection, and we enjoyed in all the moments, despite whatever place it was. So with that kind of motivation levels and with that kind of quality of work that we did, and the project, obviously, the way it is, there was this transaction which was embarked in history with the golden birds of 1,60,000 per square feet, which is usual in Mumbai, but otherwise per square feet price across India starts from a 2,000, 3,000 per square feet. So it was an amazing journey. And thanks to my team and the leaders that I had in those days.
So a great leader has a great team, and that great team gets enabled based on the guidance that they receive from their leaders. So beautifully answered. We have our next question, and that's at leadership level, what all positive and negative changes a leader should see during these VUCA times?
As a leader, you have to keep your eyes and ears open because that's what your job is. You're supposed to see what is coming ahead of others. So usually what I do is, after empowering my team, then I get more bandwidth to look beyond, to research further, and to kind of observe these small things, the positive and the negatives which are coming. For the negatives, you have to stand there as a strong pillar, be that wall that you can take it before it hits the team. And the positives, you have to welcome them with all the welcomeness, and amplify it to great stage that the team can receive the positives in a great way. So because the empowerment is there and you have that clear bandwidth, you have to kind of look at these things and be ready for it.
Great. Beautifully answered. In continuation to the earlier question that was asked, we have Sanjay who has posted, if you can elaborate on how you approached and what you spoke while making those cold calls.
So cold calls, it's thanks to my mentor. So he taught me that pick up Economic Times and you will circle the city Mumbai, because Mumbai is what we were selling that time. And all the big names. So that time, Mr. Ramadurai was there, Chanda Kochar was there. So I would highlight all these big names and note it down. Then reach out to their secretaries through the just dial kind of dictionaries. Reach out to them, fix up appointments, and then go out and meet them for the product. So those are the cold callings and fixing up meetings. So out of the multiple calls that we did, then few people will meet up, and that's how the journey was. And invite them over for the property. So that's how the cold calling happened.
A great way of reaching out to them. I hope, Sanjay, this has answered your question. Okay, we have one more question, and then we will be running the poll because there was some technical issues that arose earlier. So we'll take this question, and then afterwards we can run the poll. Can you please share a few stories or maybe anecdotes where leaders or organizations have successfully achieved something bigger and extraordinary in the current times, knowing that these times were tough, and how did they do it?
So the biggest example I would think was during the pandemic, where being in sales and marketing, we started very, very early in wave one itself. And our CSO told us that please start. So there was one, the safety element of it from the family perspective. And the second was the motivation level to bring the teams back and make them feel very safe and secure in office. So Lodha Group had taken all the precautions beautifully, where the teams felt comfortable, where we all felt comfortable, where all the precautions, sanitization and everything was done. Then it was the matter of bringing people out, because we came out on the fields, but the clients never came out. They were not very safe yet, feeling very safe yet. So then we had to again go back to the cold calling style, or a different the different style of cold calling this time, where we had to, our teams had to kind of invite the clients back in action. That's where they got a lot of rejection. So I remember our CSO saying, ki, so one of our colleagues went up to the CSO in one of the reviews and said, ki, sir, वो सब एकदम phone मार देते, नीचे रख देते, बोलते नहीं आना है, तुम लोग पागल हुए हो क्या, कॉल कर रहे हो. तो बोला क्या हुआ बच्चे, हमें वाइफ से रोज डांट मिलती है, बच्चों से रोज रिजेक्शन मिलते हैं, एक क्लाइंट ने भी रिजेक्शन दे दिया, तो क्या हुआ बच्चे, ट्राई करो ट्राई करो. So it was on a very lighter note. Our leader just built it up there. So it was great to kind of take it on a lighter note, start from there. Rejections milenge, it's okay, it's a part and parcel of business, but you just move on with a positive thing. And with that one success that you would get, then we moved on to the virtual ones. So when that virtual comfort came in, where people saw that we are in office safely, sound, and where we have made arrangements for them also in the very nice, organized way, that's when they physically also moved out, and the challenge was gone. But I remember that part of our leader taking it very lightly, very simply, rather than taking an aggressive action or kind of taking it seriously. So when the task is bigger, when the challenge is bigger, the thing is you become more calm, you kind of become more happier, and then you take it up step by step and sort it out.
Absolutely, beautifully answered. It's all about how you overcome those hurdles rather than making those hurdles as roadblocks. But it's very important to overcome those, move ahead, and keep moving is what is the best success mantra. Okay, so Faisal, we can run the poll right now so that we can capture the feedback of all our participants. Would request all our participants to please share your feedback on our today's session. To all our participants, if you all have any questions pertaining to our today's session, please do share it in the chat box. Our speaker today would love to address all of those queries and questions of yours. So our next question, Sonia, is that how should an HR leader ensure that diverse teams join hands together and work for the common vision, mission, and objectives of the organization in times of crisis, as we all have seen and we have gone through?
So our organization has done it beautifully. So I would take a learning from there itself. So the easiest thing is that take the intellect minds first, take the leaders first, convince them. So if you convince the leaders and explain to them step by step that this is the goal, this is how we can reach it, and these are the steps that we are. These are our set of initiatives, and there are certain initiatives you will need to take and collaborate well. So if that path we walk all together, it'll be much faster, as we saw in with some beautiful quotes as well. If the HR convinces the leaders, then all their teams are automatically sorted. Additionally, every organization, every field will have their set of leaders, like we have our CSO. So the first is to take the CSO in loop, where the HR also kind of guides us through that path, and the CSO also addresses with the same mission. So then automatically, we all take the same mission and work towards it.
Thank you, Sonia. Beautifully answered. Thank you so much for such an insightful session. A lot of learnings that our participants have had out here to take away with them. It has been an honor having you as a speaker for the session on this topic that was very much relevant to the current situation. And we are fortunate to be able to witness and work among such great industry experts like you. Your ideology and perspective on the topic was absolutely integral.
Thank you.
I sincerely would like to thank Great Manager Institute for their association and support extended. This session would not have been possible without Great Manager Institute, where we are privileged to be working with them on this series. Though we all know that Great Manager Institute, I would want to welcome Miss Anoki Gambre, Business Development Analyst, Great Manager Institute, to talk more on Great Manager Institute.
Thank you so much, Mr. Peterson. Thank you, Ms. Sonia, for sharing snippets from your journey, and it was an informative and insightful session. I think one of my favorite quotes that you would share is "Don't chase your dreams and hunt for your goals." So I think I could resonate with that, and we all could learn a lot from the quotes that you had shared. Also, I'm sorry I'm not able to switch on my camera. There's some technical issues. I will be sharing, giving you a brief overview about our organization, that is Great Manager Institute, and its offerings. So allow me to share my screen. I hope my screen is visible to all of you.
Yes, Anoki, it's visible.
Great. So Great Manager Institute is a digital platform for personalized development, certification, and recognition of people managers. And we have a vision of creating a world where every manager gets an opportunity to work with a great people manager. We are a sister concern of Great Place to Work India. We have researched a lot about people culture, and we've observed that a great organization is always recognized by its managers. We also believe that people management impacts the overall organization. And if the people managers perform certain practices, it inspires the entire team, which in turn improves the performance of the organization. Hence, we believe that managers are the connecting link between organization practices and employee experience. We are a 4-year-old organization, and in these 4 years, we have trained over 28,000 plus managers from 1,300 plus organizations coming from different industries like BFSI, IT, healthcare, etc. And the framework, or the proprietary framework that we follow in our organization, is Connect, Develop, Inspire. It is a research-based model to measure people managerial effectiveness. Here, Connect refers to having regular conversations with your team members. Develop refers to providing and seeking feedback from your team members and providing growth opportunities to your team members. And inspire refers to recognizing your team's contribution and celebrating it together. Great Manager Institute has two major offerings that revolves around the Connect, Develop, Inspire framework. The first one is the Great People Manager Study, which is a survey that captures team members' feedback on managerial effectiveness. And the second one is Great Manager Certification. This is a 16-week virtual program or an L&D intervention that helps a manager to grow as a great people manager and helps an organization to build high trust and high performing teams. So talking about Great People Manager Study, and to give you numbers from last year's study, we had around 10,273 managers who had participated in the study last year from around 4,000 organizations that typically culminated to the top 100 Great People Manager list and top 28 companies with Great People Managers. The Great People Manager study happens in 2 rounds. Round 1 is the team feedback survey round, and round 2 is the people practice evaluation round. In round 1, we share the survey instrument with all the team members of the participating managers. This particular survey consists of 17 statements that revolve around Connect, Develop, Inspire, and each statement is on a 5-point scale. Here the team members assess their managers, right? And in round 2, we ask the managers to share the best 6 people practices that they perform in the organization. And scores from round 1 and round 2 are considered to arrive at the top 100 Great People Manager list, which is further published in Forbes India magazine. Coming to the key takeaways or benefits of participating in the study, the organization gets to know the individual people managerial profile of leaders with actionable insights. The Great People Manager study gives you an opportunity to not only get recognized as an organization with great people managers, but also promote people management and recognize great people managers at your organization. The study gives you a detailed overview of your areas of strength and areas of focus under each pillar from an organization point of view. And there are a lot of several organic branding initiatives undertaken by us for the winning organizations and leaders. This slide shows the recognition, the top 100 Great People Manager recognition in Forbes India magazine. Apart from that, the winner's profile not only gets published on the Forbes website, but also gets published on our official website and social media and other social media platforms. This is followed by a Great People Manager Awards, wherein Great Manager Institute recognizes the top 100 Great People Managers and top companies with Great People Managers in an award ceremony. So the registration for the study, for this year's study is now open. I'll be sharing the link with you in the chat box below. And I'd like to address any questions that you may have at this point.
Thank you, Ms. Anoki, for letting us know about Great Manager Institute and all the benefits you have extended to HRAI members. Thank you so much once again, Ms. Sonia, for this beautiful session. We would love to host you again very soon. Thank you so much. Also would like to thank all the participants for joining us today. Do join us for our next masterclass, and that would be on Friday, where we have Mr. Saroj Kumar Das, Zonal Head Sales, Varthana. That's it from us today. See you soon. Stay safe, take care, and bye for now. Thank you so much, Faisal. We can hereby conclude with our today's session.